Hey, creative people, welcome to the first episode of the Creative Legacy Art Podcast. My name is Amanda Downs, and I am your host. In this first episode, we interview Joshua Molden, who is an artist in Nashville. He tells us about his creative process in creating Exacto Art and also how he helps other artists and people in general um, flesh out their plans and execute them. With that being said, enjoy. Today we have Joshua Molden joining us for this podcast, and I'm so happy that he decided to join us. And he's a visual artist here in Nashville, Tennessee, and he's going to talk about what he does. So tell us about yourself and what you do.
Well, right now, as far as art is concerned, I do film, I write scripts, I also do Exacto Art, which is just basically art with an Exacto knife. I'll go more into that maybe later, but other than that, really just drawing, creating. That's it.
Cool. So how did you get started in your craft?
Well, of course, the drawing and stuff came when I was a kid.
Okay.
You know, just drawing little things here and there.
Like what? What did you like to draw?
Honestly, when there was an assignment in class.
Okay.
Assignment in class that required a picture to go with the story that they tell us to do.
Yes.
So I would start with that, and then later on, I started, of course, when I get older, I started noticing things around me more, brother artist, mother artist. So I started getting into art. Yeah.
Cool. I thought maybe you had like a favorite cartoon. I know when I was growing up, I liked to draw cartoons, so I was wondering if you
Oh no, well,
draw.
no, I don't believe it was any favorite cartoons. I do have some that I like, but
No.
I think the TMNT series, the Teenage Mutant
Oh yeah.
Ninja Turtles,
Okay.
yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
Cool, cool. So what do you love most about what you do?
Oh wow, the creative part within itself, the fact that nothing has been seen except for what has been created, and the fact that I'm the creator of that, being that, there's a creator for all of this around us, and we have the ability to create ourselves things that aren't even existing yet. I think that's pretty good.
That's powerful, right?
Yeah, I like it.
So do you ever get stuck or feel stagnant in creativity or in life in general?
I would say more so nowadays, no. Before though, and I'm talking about nowadays, like 2023.
Okay.
I was able to work that out before coming into this year, a little bit better than before. But yeah, before I did get stuck. I got stuck a lot. It was just, what character do you want to write a story for? What character do you want to draw? How do they look? Do you know how to draw? These different things. Are you being as creative as you can be? Stuff like that. Just the questions will come. And that's when I get stuck, because I'll be stuck trying to answer those questions.
Yes, that's so interesting. So, like, how did you find your flow? Like, how did you come out of that state?
So it happens in different ways, and I believe the biggest way is when I'm able to observe. Usually when I can observe something else being created, it'll spark the creativity in me, or just observing creation itself, just taking some time, not trying to create anything, just observing what's already been created and how it flows.
Yeah.
It usually comes from a revelation of creation.
Okay.
And then it sparks, or it motivates, inspires me to create, and then I just have to answer the question, what is it that I want to create?
Okay. That's cool. So talk a little bit about your process when you create.
So I'll just go after writing. So when it comes to script writing, creating characters, first of all, I don't know how to create a story that hasn't been told or hasn't been made in this life already.
Okay.
Like someone actually have this story. So what I do, I go off of stories I know. Either my story, someone I know's story, someone's I've observed, seen on television. Like I'll take any clip that I need for the intended message I'm trying to put in the script, I'll use a story. So, for example, if I'm trying to teach perseverance, I'll either look at my story in my life, or sometimes where I had some adversity or something I persevered through some trying times and had to endure, or I look at somebody else's story and what did they do. That's it.
Cool. All right. So, when you are creating, do you ever experience being in a flow state?
Flow state, what do you mean by flow state?
So, flow state is a state in which when you're a creator, whether it be painting or dance, like you get in a state to where you feel like you're no longer thinking about the movements or the actual painting or the actual script or whatever it is that you're creating, but it's like coming through you instead of to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I actually have experienced the flow state. Yeah.
So what were you creating when you were doing that?
Multiple different things, and sometimes even in creation, for me, I notice how you create a moment that hasn't been had in this lifetime before.
Okay.
So, in that saying that, I play basketball, and there hasn't been a moment in this day, of what I like to do on the court until I create it. And so when I get in the flow because of my skill set, I don't have to think about the moves because I already practiced them, or I already mastered different kind of things that I do. So that's with basketball. When it comes to art, a flow state that I've been in is when I'm inspired, when the spark is lit, I'm already, so to speak, there's a form of speaking, I'm already covered in ether. I just need a spark to be lit. So if I get inspired, I go after it. I create the character's backstory, the character themselves. I create the story, the arc, and after that, it's like I look up and it's hours later, but it's an entire story created. So then it's art and drawing. I start getting into that too. So yeah,
That's cool. That's really cool. So, what is your what piece are you most proud of? Your favorite piece?
favorite piece.
And it could be anything.
I don't even think that it's been created yet, but
It's an idea.
I'm very proud of it.
Okay.
I'm very proud of it, whatever it is to come. I'm proud of it because I know that it will put me at a place where I want to be as far as the level of that skill set. And when that happens, I'm going to be proud now because I know it's coming.
Right.
And I'm going to be even more proud that I actually completed it.
Right.
So that's where I'm at in that.
So, what genre of art is that in? You want to tell us the full idea, but like, is it in video? Is it in visual art? What is it?
I think that is the thing, is going to be in all of it together.
Gotcha.
Because I do drawing, and I do write, and I do film, acting as well. All those things are going to come into play for this thing that I'm
Gotcha.
thinking about. So that's when I'm going to be happy because it's completed and it's the start. It's like finishing, but it's going to be a start of a whole nother level.
Awesome. Okay. So, at this point, well, let me see. Oh, is there anything that you're working on now that you want to talk about?
Right now is the start of creating the foundation of a business. So that's a part of my creation right now.
Okay.
The foundation of a business in order to be able to help and service others in these fields, like when it comes to
Yes.
drawing, art, acting, and filmmaking. I'm starting a business to be able to help people get to that.
So talk about that, because that's how we got started, right?
Yep.
That's how we met, and you helped me a lot. So can you just talk a little bit about how your process of helping me, and like how would that relate to other artists? How could that be helpful to them in their career?
So my thing is, everyone has something that they can create, and a lot of people who are great creatives like yourself, you have a lot of ideas you want to get out.
Yes.
My whole deal in life is, what I've observed is, you don't feel most fulfilled until you actually service someone else. When you serve someone else, you see it. Well, I've been like saturated in that. So I just want to see people win. So I've studied and learned ways that I can help as far as a strategist.
Okay.
And that's what I do. I create strategy. I create the visual of the ideas in your head from explanation from you, from the understanding of the education and the knowledge I have already. I put it all on a board and I let you observe it yourself so you can see the points you have to tackle after another,
Right.
and get the idea out and make it complete.
Yes, and that was so helpful for me because, like you said, like I have all these ideas, and when you are able to, and by being an artist, a lot of times you're visual anyway. So when you're able to see it, it helps you put it in order and organize. Like, this is what I'm going to do first. These are the pieces that I'm going to need. And so, and then it's just always good to have somebody else's eyes on it to help you see the things that you don't see, and see the places where you might need to, think about it a little more. So
you can't do anything that's worth doing. You can't do it alone.
yes,
Like I've never met anyone or read of anyone who's done anything that has made an impact on society, the people themselves, that has done it alone.
by themselves.
Yeah, they haven't done it by themselves. So it's good that you have other people to look at it for you, right? Because then you can, like you said, you see things that you may have missed. But then you also may not have some knowledge that they have. And even if they don't have it, you're like, well, this is something that came up, so let me find somebody who does have it. And maybe they can be the professional or the expert in it. This is when you just start to get people in your circle, get folks on your team. And I think that's the most important thing about creating something big like that, gathering a community.
Yes, like, and do you feel like, I don't know, for me, I feel like that's like one of the hardest parts, is like finding the right people who you can trust, people who have the skills that you need, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think about that?
Well, there's different ways to look at it. You got volunteers, you got employees, and then you have those who are over you to help you sponsor it, to help, with the production of it. They basically, if they giving the money.
Or mentors.
Or mentors, right? And so what you already know is that you have to have paperwork for certain positions, and most positions, if not all. But the trust doesn't have to be there as far as personally. You don't have to trust them like, I trust them with my life, or I trust them with my business. I'll just let them have it. I'll take a break. You don't have to have that type of trust. What you have to have is an understanding, and you have to have the delegated and the designated task and duty. You don't have to trust them, but they have to execute what they've given them word and committed they'll do. And that's when you start building a trust, is when you see, hey, they do the work. They actually listen to what I said and they have it. And the community will come. People who aren't even on your team, those who support you, those who just like what you stand for. You will have the support and the fan base at some point, but you will have that along the way. It's just that team. You find them by way of what have they done that shows that they can complete the task, and who are they as far as their knowledge and their vision. Is it the same as yours in order to complete your task for them? And that's where you start with a little trust.
That's good. That's some really solid advice right there for building a team. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Did I want to ask you about any advice that you have to any artists out there who feel stuck in their career or just in life? Do you have anything that, now of course we're not professionals.
We're not advisors here. We don't.
But things that has helped you, or that just something that they could take away.
Yeah. Whenever it comes to what you want to create, no one's going to create it if it's stuck in your head. So you need to get it out. And the worst part is if you get it out and then you do nothing about it, then someone will create it. Because there's a way that things flow, from my understanding, in this world, and it's like even spiritually. If you don't begin and complete something that is started, it will be completed. Somebody else will be doing it. And so I encourage everyone, if you have anything, if you're trying to build a tree house. If you're trying to create some form of origami, if you're trying to create I don't know, a philosophy or some kind of, policy, whatever it is that you see that you have the pull and the nudge to create it. If not, you will regret it. You will regret it, and you'll be like those people who grow up and they're like, man, if I only knew then what I knew now. And even then, you can still create. It don't matter the age. Right. It's just, all right, now you know, go. That's the model I give everybody. Now that you know, go.
Awesome. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. So you've shared this piece of art with us. Can you tell us about it?
Oh, so it came about by me. See, I love, like I said, I love the success of other people. Mm-hmm. So I was telling my friend of mine, actually my brother, who's a friend of mine. I was telling him, hey man, here's an idea. I think if you get started on it, you can create a good business and people will love it. They will love your art. And so my thing with life is I've learned I really like being a part of the thing that I'm encouraging someone to do. So I'll go try whatever length of it. So this came about by me trying what I call Exacto Art, where you take an Exacto knife and with different images or magazines, you just cut out certain things, and on a white backdrop, you'll just place them if there's a vision that you have with that. So that's how that came about.
Awesome. So how many pieces have you created like that?
Oh man, I think I've created, my goal was 10, and I think I've created 10.
Oh, okay. So you got a collection right now.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So how can people connect with you if they want to learn more about you, about your work and your art and what you do? Maybe somebody wants to need your help with strategizing for their business. How can they connect with you?
Oh man, well you can definitely contact me through Instagram, or you can contact me by email, which you will find on my Instagram. I think when you go through those means of contacting me, I'll give you all that stuff because I don't want my business all out there,
Okay.
But
so
like Instagram and
what's your Instagram?
Yeah, so it'll be J.S.Molden, the number 4.
Okay. So you guys heard it here. You can contact Mr. Molden on his Instagram, and if you need any help with business strategies, videography, script writing, acting, he does a lot of things. So
all that, anything that you have that you want to get out there, I'm going to be the guy that sits down, listen to you. I'm going to lay it out for you, and then we're going to run with it. Yeah. Write the vision, make it come.
All right. Yes. All right. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been Creative Legacy Art Podcast. If you like this video or if you like this podcast, please subscribe, join, do all the things, and share, above all, share so that we can grow as a podcast and get the word out and help as many people as we possibly can. Have a great day, and remember to stay strong, stay positive, and keep creating.